What could healthcare companies do to better care for caregivers, in your opinion?
One thing that I think that they could offer is more sick time or vacation time. Where I'm currently at, we have a very limited amount of sick time. So if you are sick, you feel like you can't call in, and so you go to work sick, and then that's not good for your patients, and that's not good for your coworkers, because then you get them sick and it passes it on, and it's a continual cycle. And then one thing I was actually just talking to a few of my coworkers about is how we could have like recess and spend some time outside. Like where I'm at, I work 12 hours and we're stuck inside of a building. You breathe like the same air, it's all stuffy, and it would be nice to just have that break of like fresh air and going outside and not having to think for just a little bit.
What would you want if your company offered a day for caregivers to relieve stress of caregiving?
I think something that I would enjoy the most is like a spa day, going to get a massage or like spending the day at the pool or getting a pedicure or something. Just like a day of relaxation where you don't have to think and you don't have to be on your feet. You can just spend time relaxing, basically.
Do you think being a caregiver is taxing, and why, and what ways?
I do think that it's very taxing. It's taxing physically. You're on your feet all the time. You have to lift people. You have to do a lot of body mechanics, and you're constantly just running around and being everywhere. And it's also sometimes can be taxing mentally. We get patients who are like withdrawing from alcohol, or patients who are confused, and so they yell at you and call you names, or they'll like hit you and kick you, and so after you deal with that for such a long period of time, that can just get tiring and taxing on you.
What are some techniques you use to relieve stress after a long day of caregiving?
One of the things that like I mostly use is probably watching TV and just relaxing. I have a commute that I have to use, so a lot of the time if I have had a long hard day, I'll just sit in my car quietly and just like not think for a little bit and just spend time without like noise and without talking to people. I like to do like bubble baths and things like that, and I am recently starting to try yoga and see if that helps me just like calm down a little bit and not think about work and not think about everything that's going on.
Are they effective, and do you feel refreshed and ready to return to work?
Yes, I do. I feel like that they are very effective when you can come home from work and like immediately be able to relax instead of still thinking about it. Then it helps you prepare for the next day. If you come home and you're focused on like what happened that day and what you think is going to happen tomorrow, then it makes you kind of be like, oh, I don't want to go back tomorrow. I want to call in sick, and what you can't do because you don't really have much sick time. So if you use your own techniques to relax and take care of yourself, then it can make coming to work a lot easier and a lot more doable.
If your employer offered an outlet for stress and relaxation, would you use it?
I think that it would depend on what it is. We have, like during Nurses Week, they'll offer massages, but they do it during the workday, which makes it kind of difficult because you don't really have enough time to take a break and go get a massage. And they also offer some classes on like self-care. I don't really use those very often, but if they did something that you could do, like if they offered you something that you could do at home or something you could take home, then I would use it. But having to go to work to take a self-care class doesn't really make you feel better. It makes you like, oh, I have to go to work to do this. So if it was something that was outside of work and something that was separated from it, then I believe that I would use it.